As I'm live. Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. I thought I would pop on. I'm doing more and more of these videos, but got lots of information flowing through me. So thought I'd pop on, share some insights, things that are going on. I'm going to pull some cards. And we're going to dive right into it. Happy October, which is spooky season. People are definitely tapping in and feeling the call. So let's go ahead and dive into that, because I see a lot of people that are starting to dive in, or they're feeling the call to start sharing their wisdom. And I myself have been feeling this call and really, feeling the pull to get more on live, on camera, and out of my own fucking way. So it's the best thing that I could say. And I've been doing a lot of reflecting because I'm coming up on a monumental time in my life. It plays a part in my journey. It's part of my story, and that has everything to do with recovery. I'm coming up on 8 years. And with coming up to 8 years of sobriety, and for those who knew me and knew my journey, way back in the day, I struggled with just self-medicating and numbing. I am a Pisces, okay? So if you are into astrology, Pisces, it has a reputation to have an addictive personality. And I was addicted to all sorts of things, outside of just alcohol. Alcohol played the biggest part of my life. All the other substances that I used was to find the concoction out there that would help me balance the alcoholism. So I would pair, stimulants with alcohol because it would sober me up. I was always a cocktail user. It wasn't just one substance. There was always multiple substances that went hand in hand with that. And it was because I didn't know who I was. When I was younger, I was abused by someone close in the family. And that abuser also programmed me. They were my handler, so to say. I have dove into all sorts of different things on the Super Soldier program, being in different projects or missions. Mine had a lot to do with, I'm trying to think of different words to use so this doesn't get flagged because it's very important. But let's just say that there was material being made while my handler was abusing me as a child. Okay. And we have a lot of this going on in our world. And that is what kind of lights my fire. So needless to say, I struggled for many, many years of just wanting to numb the pain, anything to fill the hole that was inside of me, and nothing could do it. And I tried every which way, and I was a revolving door. I was in and out of programs, and it took a divine experience that happened coming up to 8 years ago that blasted me wide open. It was the one thing that actually was able to get my attention, and because nothing stopped me. Death, I've been there almost on death doors, woke up in hospitals, attempted suicide attempts, close to ODing, jails, been there, done that. I have my hard knocks knowledge on that. And I'm not just talking 1 or 2 nights, guys. I'm talking, I have close to almost 2 years if I calculate all the time that I have spent in jail. That's not including all the times that I spent under probation or the state of Texas property, because that's what happens when you fuck up. So my mom put me in every which program out there. I was in all sorts of different programs, you name it. AA, NA, ones that were state run, to ones where I spent thousands of dollars, okay, to fix me. And none of that, not that they didn't have really good information. The 12 steps, even though I feel like they're missing a step, is the design for a spiritual awakening, but it really took a divine experience to get my attention. Okay. I can tend to be stubborn. And because of that control, because of, even being under the state of Texas property, I'm a manifester. And it was very hard for me. It took a long time to conform, okay? Because I had all these outside influences trying to control the manifester. And I really feel like that was part of the design that happened. And what I mean by that is that I know, and I have always known, I'm here for a greater purpose. And that's what this message is for the people that know their whole entire life that they are here for a greater purpose. And they are here to share their wisdom. And for us to share our wisdom, we have to go through some fucking shit. All right. And so the powers that be in this whole construct of our reality, you have of light and you have of dark. You have the good guys, you have the bad guys. You have people that are coming down here for a specific purpose, and you have people that know that you're coming down here for that specific purpose, and they will do whatever they can to control you. Okay? To dull your shine. And whichever way attachments or archons or whatever you want to label them, reptilians, what have you, were able to put that control on me. And they did that through the experiences that I had when I was younger. So I was in that revolving door. And I'm telling you, like, I started getting in trouble before I even was of age, an adult, to where they could charge me as an adult. I had charges when I was a juvenile. I was reported as a runaway, all sorts of things. Even though I never really fully ran away, I always told my mom that. I just decided I wasn't going to come home. Okay. Halloween being one of them. So, I had all these things happen in my life that really put me under this control to the system, and probation, and being in the court systems and being in trouble because I was always on probation. I was always close to completing my probation. I would fuck up and get another charge, whether that would be possession or drinking, alcohol related. And so, because of that, it took many years. It's one reason why I never traveled. I could never leave my county. Or there were some times where I couldn't even leave my house because I was on house arrest. And I am sharing all of this because I want other people to know that if you have a past, if you have not made the best decisions through your life, and it is because you are stuck in a cycle, something happened to you when you were younger, if you're having trouble getting sober or not using substances to alter your feelings, it is possible to make a change, okay? And all of those circumstances, all of that shit that you have gone through, in your personal story, I'm sharing my story. It may be different. Yours may not be tied to alcoholism or addiction or being in the system like that, but I'm pretty sure that there's some fucked up shit that has happened to you. And that's part of your story. That's the wisdom that you are here to share to help someone else. And for me, just like many of us who resonate with, if you're following me and on this timeline, it is because, we had to go through that shit. And around the same time period, we all had these awakenings. Something happened in our life that it woke you up. For me, I had hit that rock bottom, and there were many times when I thought I had hit that rock bottom, but I had not hit that rock bottom. This was like everything. My son didn't want to have anything to do with me. I was on the verge of losing a really good job. I had they can call it a psychotic break. I don't know quite what exactly it was, but I've researched walk-ins. I have researched all sorts of different things. I feel like it was my soul stepping into my body and saying, hey, we're going to do something different. But I literally had this experience that got my attention, scared the shit out of me. I ended up checking myself into the hospital because I thought I was losing my mind. And the whole time I was having this voice talk to me, okay, which I call Papa, which is source, creator, God, higher connection. I do not, the only time I will connect with a specific deity or outside of spirit animals, ones that have been connected to me my whole entire life, I don't just channel Archangel Michael or anything like that. I go to source creator, period. That's what I have always done. And that's how I was guided when I had my awakening, because it was the voice that was talking to me, telling me this knowledge. And it set me on this path to where I am now. And one of the things that it kept telling me was that I was going to help teach, share my wisdom, but help other people who had similar journeys really step into their missions of why they came. And because we talk about that, there's some form of business related to that, okay? How to work, going online. We're in a wonderful age that we do have tech. It can be a blessing and a curse at the same time, depending on how you use it or let it use you. It's important that I say that. But at that beginning, after I had this awakening, I didn't know how am I going to teach people to go live online and build their business online or build a business in general when I have never really done that. So needless to say, that's what's been happening this past 8 years, is me really stepping into that role and learning that. And I have done that through my agency, which is Unity Works Agency, by helping my other clients really, excel in their businesses. And that's what has kept me busy. I'm now at a point where that can kind of run on autopilot. And I actually, when need to, I have a team that comes in and helps me. And then also I have another business that I have built with a friend of mine who's my partner, and both businesses have successfully hit over 6 figures. So needless to say, that boosted my confidence and to be able to share my wisdom with you guys on how to build a business. And I think that's where this conversation is really going to lead, because we're changing. There's so many different things that with AI and technology taking off the way that it is, that we're losing sight on what it truly means to step into your purpose. Okay. And I am slowing things down because after all of this time, I have invested in myself. This was actually the first period where I did invest in myself and bettering myself, which meant, all sorts of programs, coaching, certifications, what have you. And through that, I learned a thing or two. And that's where we're transitioning here at Rise University, because at first I was, trying to operate things that didn't really fully align with my soul. And things that don't align with my soul is the cookie cutter programs. it's not that the information is great, but I think we have started to reiterate the same teaching, or how we learn through the draconian education systems. And that is that everyone learns the same. Everyone learns at the same speed. And here we go. We're going to enter you into this program. And 90 days later, you're going to come out the other end and, oh, no more access to me. No more, some people are cutting off the programs. Some are allowing the information you can go back and review the information. Some are, it's just disappearing. It's just for that 90 days. And so they're also missing the core important things that we need to go over. And that has a lot to do with, if you don't address balancing yourself, and when I say balancing yourself, everything plays a part. Your mental, what is going through your mind mentally, where you're at emotionally, what are you doing spiritually, whether you are fully into the woo-woo stuff and you are 100%, all into the spiritual stuff, or even if you're teetering on the lines, you don't quite know. Spirituality is going to play a part. And then physically, if you don't have these 4 things balanced, okay, you're not going to be able to build that solid foundation. You're going to be sitting on a arsenal of probably really good coaching and programs and wisdom that people know, but you're just not going to know how to apply it to you in your life, because there's an imbalance somewhere. You may mentally be able to get it, but emotionally you're just not ready. Or you may not have the energy to do that. So there may be something happening physically. Or you're really disconnected from your intuition and who you truly are. You're not clear on what your purpose is. And you may not just have one purpose. This is another thing. What is your purpose? What is your purpose? Let me help you figure out your purpose. Well, you may have multiple different purposes. That's for you to confirm, not anyone outside of you. A lot of people who get into these coaching programs are are outsourcing their power. And I don't want that to happen. Not in Rise University, not with me. Okay? I am not a guru. I'm just going to show and tell you what I did to change my life. And what did I do to change my life? Well, 8 years sober. No one thought I could do that. Okay. I didn't even think I was going to do that. I thought I was going to be one of those people that was either going to spend the rest of her life under the system, because I can tell you, if once you get into the system, it is very hard to get out. And that desperation of trying to get out, it's very hard. It's a lot of hard work. Okay. So sympathy for anybody out there who has gone down that road. It's not easy. They do design it purposely for you to stay in that system and to continue that pattern. Okay. It's very hard getting a job and all that. Well, got out of the system. Proud to say, even to the point that if somebody does, background check, they can't go past 8 years. Technically, they're not supposed to go past 8 years, but nothing will come up on my record because I've been good. I've been sober, no alcohol. All right. I do dabble in plant medicine. I don't consider that drugs, as long as you are not using it to alter your feeling or run away from your problems, which I don't do that. I utilize it to help me grow and release or bring clarity to certain things. So, but no stimulants. I'm no longer self-medicating on any type of like Xanax or benzodiazepines, any type of painkillers, stimulants, things along those lines. I'm no longer utilizing those. I have healed, relationship with myself, relationship with my family, relationship with the people around me. I make amends. I always do what's the right thing. Okay. And I have now built 2 successful businesses. After everyone has told me that I was either crazy for doing it, I lost my job back in 2019, did not freaking look back, been so fully self-supporting. And not only that, but I come from a family that, God forbid, you move out of your city away from the family was a big fucking deal. Well, I ended up packing everything that I owned, got rid of what wouldn't fit, hauled me and my girls, my 2 cats, across the United States by myself in a moving truck, really going into I don't know where, because the place that I thought I was going to move before that did not go through. Okay, so I picked a place in Colorado, decided to move here, told myself, you're going to find yourself a place to live within a week, bitch, and move in and start settling and healing. And that's exactly what I did. Okay. By trusting my intuitive hits, by trusting my higher guidance telling me that I was going to be okay and I was going to land on my feet. So therefore, that's what I did. And now we are here. And so I want to give someone hope that is struggling, who doesn't believe in themselves, who maybe listening to the outer influences saying you're not good enough, you're an imposter, who's going to believe me? Oh, it can happen for this person, but it's not going to apply to me. I've got yada, 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 wah, 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 is all I hear. Even including myself when I get on that bandwagon and I want to bitch about something. The shift that I made was what as much energy and time you do complaining, you could be applying or doing something to better yourself. So the next time you hear all these excuses of why you can't do it, I want you to replace that excuse with a solution. Find a fucking solution. Okay? Because if I can do it, you can do it. And is it easy? Fuck no, it's not. It is hard. Is it worth it? Yes. Because the one mission that most of us are forgetting of why we came down here, okay, what your purpose is to get out of your own fucking way and to heal yourself and to better yourself and put one foot in front of the other, pull up your big girl panties, put one foot in front of the other, and start moving. All right? So whatever excuse that you're telling yourself of why you can't do X, Y, and Z, go find a solution. And when your inner resistance is coming up, giving you excuses of why you can't be doing it, tell it to stop and just do. So, example, this morning, this video, I had somewhat of an idea of what I wanted to talk about. I know that I need to start putting myself out there because many of you don't fully know me, don't know my story, don't know what I have to offer you. And that is because I spend too much fucking time in my head about how to do it. And I know why that is. I have a split definition. I could do it for my clients all day, real good, because they are helping bridge my split in some way, shape, or form, that when that is filled, when my split is bridged, that I can look at someone's account, I can look at where they're at and offer all of these suggestions on how to improve it. I also have an open G center, which I reflect back to you, your love and direction. My love and direction comes from reflecting back to you, your love and direction. Okay, that's where my satisfaction comes in. But because I love human design so much and it has helped me to really quantum shift and break through these barriers inside of me, that I have been able to quantum leap and quantum jump where I'm at, where my progress is. So one thing I did forget to mention that I think I do need to mention, if I stumble over my words, guys, it is because I did all of this, having my awakening through perimenopause. Okay, so I have fully gone through the transition. I am post-menopausal now. So I do have the menopausal brain. Sometimes I'll be mid-flow talking and something happens, like, whoop, gone, can't think of the word. Sometimes I'm lucky I can think of my name. So if I stumble over my words, forgive me. But I have been able to do all that without hormone treatments and naturally navigating through this. Okay, so I'm not doing any type of hormone replacement, HRTs. I am going to be looking into BHRT, biohormone replacement therapy soon. That's going to be integrating into my life. But outside of that, I've done it all naturally. So bear with me if I have moments where I stumble over my words, because it takes a lot to get this all clear, because it is like brain fog is something real. It's like, oh my God, that idea or that word or whatever it is I'm trying to communicate is right there, but I can't quite see it through all the fog. So getting back onto my tangent, I really wanted to just pop on, get out of my own way, not overanalyze, and share my wisdom in hopes that it really impacts someone today. Because that's what I am here to do. I'm here to impact you, all right, and lead the way. And right now, the world needs us. It needs you to stop making up all those fucking excuses that you're doing on the other side of the screen of why you're not standing in your power. And I'm tired of hearing about the money issue. I'm tired of hearing about the not feeling well issue. I'm tired of all the fucking excuses. There's so much victim mentality out in the spiritual community. Bitch, we're all victims because we were born in this fucked up container we're here to change. So, are you a victim or are you going to do something about it? So, hopefully this inspires you to put one foot in front of the other. With that said, I'm going to pull one card, not three, Spirit. I'm looking at the ones. Let's see. This is 7. I'm just looking. This is water. I'm just looking. I have the Dreams of Gaia tarot that I'm pulling from today. I've not quite worked with this one as much. So I just want to check. Okay. First card out is 7 of water. Okay. This is emotions. This is tying to people are distracted with too many options. Okay. They're not getting clear. And it's going to take meditating doing that. All right. It's funny. She's got 3 fish with the Pisces. So you may be feeling overwhelmed. You may be feeling not knowing where to start. You may be feeling on, how do I do this? How do I put this together? Okay. Again, going back to what I was saying earlier with the coaching programs, it's a lot of things that I am seeing as well, is that we will get into these coaching programs, but where they're missing the mark, or what they're forgetting to do, is how to show you how to apply the fucking information. Okay. So if you take a course of, oh my God, how to grow my account with reels and social media, they'll tell you all this stuff about the psychology on the reels and everything like that, but they don't walk you through of exactly how to do that. And I think that's where a lot of people are getting overwhelmed, because they have all this beautiful knowledge, okay, that they have invested in, but somewhere along the lines, they're getting aggravated because people are not fully teaching them the how to apply. So one thing that I learned out of all of this on the applying is just to start doing. Okay. You're going to learn, but you're going to learn through applying. But where we get stuck is that we fear of judgment, fear of other people saying that you're not doing it right, or you're judging yourself. You're stuck in that perfectionism, and you're hearing your inner critic inside telling you everything that is wrong about what it is that you're doing, instead of saying what is right. So get out of your own way, pick one thing and start moving. It doesn't mean that you can't change your mind later, all right? Just be mindful and drop, heart center, meditate on that moment, okay? If this feels alignment to you or not. And go with the first thing that says yes. The second thing is the child, all right? So tap more into your inner child. This is something that I have been doing in my life that has been really transforming. And that is what brought my inner child happiness. And I love this because it's got the hummingbird. And the hummingbird represents in the Moon Eye Key the wisdom, okay? This is the wisdom from our grandmothers and grandfathers, okay? From all of our ancestors. And they would tell you to be more childlike. So tap into that inner child, tap into what it is that's going to bring you joy, tap into what it is that's going to make you feel good. And remember that when you are overwhelmed and you don't know what decisions to make, go back to your inner child, because we just did when we were younger, all right? I was always outside. I was making mud pies. No one showed me how to make a mud pie. I just did. So go back to just doing. Your 5-year-old knows before someone told you it wasn't right. And that is why many people are stuck in the perfectionism, because you had someone in your life tell you that what you were doing was wrong. And most likely that person that was telling you what you were doing that is wrong didn't know fucking jack shit. Seriously. And their life probably wasn't anything that you wanted. So we have to release that. We have to let that go. And have compassion and forgiveness, because that person really was only reacting or giving you that information because of where they were. Someone along the lines fucked them up as too. We're all fucked up. We've all, had reactions, things that we're clearing, encountered people who have fucked us over, hurt us emotionally, all of that. That's what we're here to clear. That's your number one fucking purpose and mission. Is to transmute, let go, not allow this to carry on to future generations, because that is how we're going to be making a change. It's going to start coming from within. But your 5-year-old knows. Your inner child knows. So start tapping into that wisdom and ask yourself, what would my inner child do? It would have fun. If you're not having fun in your business, if you're not having fun in learning or expanding yourself or bettering yourself, we need to take a step back and ask yourself why. Okay? If it's not bringing you joy and happiness, we need to change the direction in how we're doing it, or let it go. When you do that, you have the 10 of Swords, okay? And the 10 of Swords has everything, 10 of Air, 10 of Swords, has everything to do with being in that done. You're sick of your own fucking shit. You're ready for that change. You're ready for that clarity. And this is where we are at in the collective. And when that happens, when you hit your own rock bottom, that's when you're on that verge of breaking through, of that awakening. That's when your wings start to expand and you soar. So, I hope this message helped someone. That's what we got today. And with that said, I'm going to let you guys have a wonderful day. Much love. I do look forward. Drop a comment down below before I pop off. Drop a comment down below if this resonated, which part resonated with you, okay? And if you are someone who is really ready to approach your business in a different way, if you are ready to activate who you truly are and your higher self, then I have something major that's coming for you. Rise University is transitioning, because I'm transitioning as well. We're really going to have a curriculum that sets that solid foundation for you and your life and business. And what I mean by that is the first stage is we're going to walk through on how to really balance those 4 quadrants that I was talking about: personally, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Hi, honey. Balancing all of those, because if you are not balanced emotionally, mentally, physically, or spiritually, or you're more dominant in the other areas, it will bleed over into the other ones. And I know this for a fact, because physically I'm still working on that. But when I am working on my physical self by exercising, getting out in nature, hiking, eating right, watching what I'm putting into my body, that improves my mental. Okay, I have clearer thoughts mentally. Emotionally, I'm not a roller coaster, or even when I'm experiencing the emotional wave, mentally, I can take a step back and observe the emotions playing. All right. And spiritually, I'm more tapped in. So that's the foundational course that's going to be coming inside of Rise. And after that, we're going to be walking through, going through the Moon IQ rites, which are going to just really blow things out of the water. A lot of people that I hear that come to me are asking about protection. Well, when you get initiated in the bands of power, what that does is adds that protection, and not just like pushes it back, but it also feeds you. It helps like expand your aura. It's like eating, munching. Okay. You like to munch it and then it turns into the ground. And then we're going to walk through the healer's rite. We're going to walk through the seer's rite and other different rites that are tied to the Moon Key. While we're going through the Moon Key, that is when you can really step into your building that solid foundation for your business. Not that all those other programs that you have gone through, through your journey, they have great information. Everyone out there has really great information. And it's all the same. It just depends on how you approach it and how you view it. But the reason that you have not excelled in your business is because you're having trouble getting out of your own fucking way. And you don't quite know how to apply that knowledge to you and your business. And that's exactly what we're going to be going over inside of Rise. So the doors are going to be opening this month. It's going to be around the 21st. The 20th, because my sobriety date is on the 21st. So we're going to be opening the doors on that. And I'm going to be releasing a free masterclass called The Root Solution. And what I have done behind the scenes to really build that solid foundation and excel where I'm at right now. So I hope this video gives you some hope. If that's something that aligns to you, if you know you're here for a greater purpose and you resonate with terms like light warrior, earthkeeper, starseed, whatever it is you want to call yourself. My name is Jem, and I'm a human being this time around on planet planet Earth. I am an Earthkeeper as well. Then comment Earthkeeper down below and I'll send you a DM with some information on how to get onto the wait list. I'm still working out the details of where we're going to be doing this masterclass. I may do it for everybody. I just don't quite know. I haven't fully gotten the download on that yet. But there is a wait list to get started. The doors are going to be opening. Just to give you a heads up for full transparency, there is going to be a window where you can come in and lock in your price, okay, for founding members. And the price will go up November 1st. And that is only because anyone who knows me knows that I over deliver, okay? So there's a lot of knowledge inside of Rise University. One thing that a lot of people really want to know is how to do the templates, how to do the earn as you learn, the affiliate marketing. It's another thing that I have built over the past 8 years is a lot of my income is residual because it comes through my affiliate marketing. That's one of the things that have supported me. All of those things I can teach you over and over again, but it's not going to work with you if you don't have the solid foundation set. So that's what we're going to be working through first. And yeah, just make sure to comment down below and we'll send you a DM. And thank you, Peter, for commenting. If it did not send you the link, Earthkeepers one word, try that one, or you can reply guild. Okay. With that said, I'm going to let you guys have a wonderful day and let me know if you have any questions. Send me a DM. I am also looking for feedback on different things, training videos that you guys might want to know. I'm going to be pulling from all of the questions that I have gotten in the past from people. A lot of that has to do with protection, a lot of protection. People reach out to me for some protection stuff. So different things if you're wanting to know any type of woo-woo stuff, how to call in the directions, how to create sacred space, how to work with crystals, how to do rituals. If you're looking for different ways to cleanse your house, protection, call in energy, call in your clients, even graphic designing, stuff along those lines, how to build a website, all of those. Drop a comment down below. I want to know where you're at, where you're struggling, and what you would like more information on. So thank you, Peter, for jumping on. I want to tell you guys, have a lovely day and much love. Bye now.